you spoke to someone who was, I would say, probably a size 12, and you called her fat, a beast, and a divorcee.
She was fat, obese, and a divorcee.
I
mean, like, I don't know what to say.
Pearl Davis, many of you guys may be familiar with her. Some love her, some absolutely hate her. She is one of the more controversial podcasters in the red pill sphere. I'm not really here to comment on her one way or the other. I don't really, I saw her on the Vice panel. That's about it. I'm not super duper familiar with her or whatever. What I do know is that she went on this interview with Piers Morgan. They brought in a feminist, and at least in this little segment I've been seeing going viral, it was quite interesting to see. So we'll sit here and react to it and give you my thoughts. But here, let's just take a look and play the video here, shall we?
Just don't think it's fair that you get to be here and you get to be paid for your views, and you're telling other women that they shouldn't be allowed to.
I think what is the
hang on. Okay, if I may, at some stage jump in. Isn't the whole point of being a feminist, though, that women are entitled to have their own views?
Absolutely. And
so she's perfectly entitled to her views.
Yeah, but you can't.
You might not like them.
But I'm here to challenge
Isn't she
them.
exercising her right as a... Are you a feminist?
No, I am not.
Really?
No, I wouldn't. Don't go that far.
You don't want to be a feminist?
No, because I think if feminists really believed in equality, but you guys don't, I would love for you. There is an oil rig hiring. There is an engineering
I would actually love to see Ava Satin on an oil rig.
No, seriously. There is a building being built next to my building. Go do it, feminists. Go do it. And me, I'm
doing the same job that I'm doing right now.
When you find the man you want to get married to, are you saying you will be with that man whatever happens the rest of your life?
Yes, for the vows that we're supposed to live by.
How do you know you can keep...
So I know it often comes off as a cliche talking point to say feminists don't really believe in equality, but there is truth in that, in the sense that really what feminism is about is not about saying that you liberate both genders from their gender roles. It is actually more specifically only about liberating women from their gender roles. Because if you really meet any feminists, besides maybe a few that are genuinely that naive or delusional with themselves, the vast majority of feminists you will find still wants men to be men. In fact, the other day, on the YouTube Shorts, we reacted to this video of this girl saying, I'm a liberal, I'm a feminist, but why is it so hard for me to find a traditional man who's not a conservative? Because I still want men to be men. And this is what you will very often find. Feminists still want their men to be men. You will find any feminist woman, she still wants her husband to provide, she still wants, all the generic, masculine stuff. It really is more so about that they as women, or feminist women, don't want to be women. They still want men to be men. And you know this because every time crap really hits the fan, war breaks out, a shooting is going down, there's legitimate danger, what do feminist women and all types of women always do naturally, biologically? They run to the men, right? The toxic men are always the people who come save the day. So they will always do that. They always revert back to it. But on the flip side, right? When it comes to women, I don't know, just looking out for men, being dutiful wives, nurturing, caring, fulfilling what you could call the more natural feminine gender roles. That's really what the war is against. So I don't know. I just wanted to give that take. But you know what this really does remind me of watching this is like with those 2016 SJW videos. But let's keep playing here.
I mean, I think it's a choice. And that's the thing, like, women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about happiness. The most important thing is the children. And the problem is we have a modern society where it's me, my feelings, leave when I feel like it, instead of doing what's best for the kids.
Ava, I've got to say, it's a little bit listening to Andrew Tate, where some of it I really don't agree with. I don't agree with the vote stuff. When I hear things like that, I think there'll be a lot of people, especially older generation women perhaps, who think, you know what, she's got a point.
Well, I mean, I believe in agency, so I think that if a woman is going to look after her children in divorce, that's absolutely fine. I also believe in your right to speak your mind about it. What I don't understand...
I'd like to say, even before the 1920s,
do you know what I mean?
Women could speak openly. This idea that, like, women couldn't talk the last 500 years. There have been women throughout history...
the American state education system has failed before, and it's failing now.
There have been women throughout history that have read, written, and been very influential in society.
Okay.
So this idea like women could never do it.
Do you know what I don't understand though is when it gets spiteful, okay? Because you put down a few arguments that I think are perfectly, like, they're kind of evangelical and they're Christian, but those are your right to say it. What I don't understand is when it kind of seeps into this sort of, you call women fat, you say that they shouldn't have abortions, you say that they have STDs.
The question is, are they fat? Yes or no? The average American woman is 170 pounds. That's objectively overweight.
I mean, let's be honest. We know now celebrate morbid obesity as some kind of body positive thing, and it is complete nonsense. So actually, on that point again, there's a bit of truth in that.
And this is the problem. This is the problem.
How have we come to celebrate morbid obesity as body positive?
Well,
it's nonsense.
We're not talking about morbid obese. I was actually watching your podcast earlier, and you spoke to someone who was, I would say, probably a size 12, and you called her fat, obese, and a divorcee.
She was fat, obese, and a divorcee.
wasn't.
I mean, like, I don't know what to say. This is the thing, women, we don't want to live in reality. We don't want to say things that are true. Was she fat? Yes. Was she a divorcee? Yes. These things are just objective facts.
Okay, I'm going to have to objectively...
And she insulted me first. They always do.
I'm going to have to objectively end the debate, but it was an interesting conversation. I think we should get you two back together as a matter of urgency. Thank you very much, Pearl. Thank you, Ava.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, listening to most of that probably just made my head hurt more than anything. But like I said, it does kind of remind me of those 2016 debates. And it's very interesting, right? The feminist there brings up, whoa, you called a girl fat. You know, how dare you? Feminist women and just women in general, and this is what's interesting about the body positivity movement. You notice primarily it's led by women, specifically feminist women all the time, but they will constantly berate men all the time for their body, not just for being fat necessarily, which they definitely do, but things like height, all that stuff. But really, again, what does this get back to? What is feminism really about? Right? What is it really about? As much as I don't believe that men and women are the same, which is my chief, even at face value, my problem with feminism is that men and women are not the same, and we're not meant to do the same things in society. And so the idea that we should get rid of gender roles at all, that's asinine in itself. So I disagree with that. But really, what you break it down, what feminists genuinely believe is not a removal of responsibilities of both genders. They still want men to do masculine things. They still want men to fulfill gender roles. It's basically just the total liberation of any responsibility from women to be women. That's really what feminism is about. It's not even really about the equality thing, which even then, like I said, I have a criticism of that slogan in itself for that reason, because men and women are different. So I believe we have different roles, but it's not a matter of feminism wants to get rid of all the roles. It's just that they want to get rid of the roles of the women. And this is why you still end up, at this place where, women can body shame men all the time, which is fine. I'm not complaining about that. Look, you do you, it's a free society, right? It's a free country, bro. But when you do it back, what is that? That's totally cancelable, right? So a woman can go out, call a guy short, call a guy ugly, call a guy fat. It's frankly just pretty normal. It's pretty mainstream. But if you go back and call a woman fat, or you call her ugly, that's what it's really about here. And so, there's that little clip. There's sort of my thoughts on it. Just wanted to react to it really quickly there. Like I said, a lot of it just makes my brain hurt, but there's a little bit of nostalgia on watching that clip, is there not? I feel like in many ways on the internet, we're starting to witness the return of 2016 internet. The feminism debates, stuff like this, SJWs, right? We were evolving a little bit to this place I didn't like on the internet, where there's just no content. Now the 2016 era content is back. So what does that mean for 2024? I have no idea. We'll have to find out. Hey guys, Vince Dao here. Hope you enjoyed that clip from the Vince Dao Show. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And be sure to check out the Vince Dao Show live every weeknight here on this channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It is a great show. Many are saying this. So leave a like, check out our other clips, and be sure to check out the show. God bless.